Hello Internet, it's your boy Scruffy King here, and we're going to be playing a little bit of Riki. This is a replay commentary, normal mode, not turbo mode. And I picked Riki this time because I decided, you know what, I actually wanted to play a little bit of a support. I don't play support very often, it's not a role that I'm very good at, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. But the reason I made this video is I feel like supports need the shout out. I feel like, you know, people really don't give appreciation enough to the supports, and you know, they really deserve it. And this game will be a prime example. You have to work really hard to support. You're always underleveled, you're always behind in farm. You know, and everyone is always kind of expecting you to just do things for them. No thank you, no appreciation. So you know what? From me, this is a thank you to all the supports out there. And I really hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. I'm going to be playing support Riki. So, let's jump right in. I'd look at the team makeup, and you know, I've been doing a bit of research on roamers and, you know, roaming in general. And you know, I thought I'd try a roaming support like a Riki. I've never really played it in that kind of role before. You know, the kind of support I usually play is just static. Alright, if you wondered what happened there, why that Phoenix did not get the also first blood there, super great. But if you're wondering why the Phoenix didn't get the bounty rune there, it's simply because I was spam clicking, I was right clicking and stopping. So as in like cancelling my animation over and over again, which prevents me from attacking the person. However, if there's a rune, you can't cancel grabbing the rune. So it's a way for me to literally stand on top of the physical rune and still get it without attacking the Phoenix. So, you know, I got the bounty rune, I got first blood, it's a great start for me. So, I realized no one had bought the courier at this point. I saw the Lich in the strategy menu had bought the courier, but by the time I got there, no courier. So, as the dedicated support I am, I ran all the way back to base to purchase a courier for the team. I thought I'd really play like a position 5 this time. Or at least attempt to in the early game. That was my plan. How it changes remains to be seen, but that was the initial plan. So there's a little courier, got myself a ward, bought myself another TP, and I thought, right, let me go to lane and see what I can find. So the reason I placed this ward in this specific area was simply just because, you know, I wanted vision of their jungle and for ganks. I found it's a very good place to be there. You know, with my invis in place, I can just kind of hang around the lane. I don't want to take any farm away from this bristle. I just want to be there. I want to be present, you know, because if I look at the two heroes on their side, you know, it's not a great matchup for a bristle, you know, because they've got ranged heroes. They can really from really far away get some damage in on him and so on. However, they're also squishy heroes. You know, if that sniper gets a little bit out of position, I can really jump in on him and put the hurt on. Okay, so my priority is, since I'm not getting farm in lane, I'm just trying to grab all the runes I can, at least at this point in the game. Right now, I'm really underleveled. I'm level 1. You know, I'm not getting any last hits, so really the priority is just getting those bounty runes and getting stuff done from there. Since I got the bounty room, I thought, you know what, let me just have a look at the rotations. Maybe I can rotate in, see if I can't help in any way. You know, and I put the observer ward down there just so I can help my mid laner out. I realize this mid lane is not easy, especially for a Phantom Lancer up against that OD, because that OD just spams his level 1 ability, and I call it number 1, most other players will call it Q. The actual correct name for it, I think, is Arcane Orb. So yeah, you know, he just spams that out. My Phantom Lancer takes a lot of damage. It doesn't go well for him. So right now, I'm just kind of hanging around and seeing if I can't help out in any way. You know, they always say, you know, a good support should always be stacking and so on. But when it comes to a roamer, you kind of want to be everywhere on the map. You just want to be present, help harass, help make plays. So I'm seeing here, OD's a little bit out of position, but not too far. Let me just scare him off a little. Drop down the cloud, have him, like, make him a little nervous of my presence, and then see from there. Okay, he got the banish on the PL. I'm expecting him to stick around, but he's very careful. He's playing really well. He's sticking around his tower, so I realize, you know what, I'm wasting my time here. So I left that DD for the Phantom Lancer. He's going to make much more work out of it than I will. So yeah, now I'm just heading back to the top lane. I get the feeling they had watered down there, but I wasn't 100% sure. So yeah, now we're rotating in. I see the bristle going in on that sniper. I'm just thinking, if I can just make it, even if I have to run through that Phoenix, Again, I don't want to engage too early. Chuck down the smoke screen, but it looks like the bristle already got out. I really should have had better vision on my team there. If the bristle had stuck around, then I could definitely attempt something like that. But man, my health really took a nosedive there. That was pretty suboptimal, I think. I think I could have played that a little bit better. But at the moment, I'm just trying to kind of... oh, thanks. I'm just trying to kind of harass a little bit. Scare them a little, you know? Sometimes just the fact that a hero is around is enough to cause them to play a lot more cautiously. You know, if you know there might be an invis Riki hiding somewhere, you know, then you want to play a little bit more cautiously, a bit close to the tower, which gives my offlane a little bit more space. So right now I'm just trying to soak up a little bit of experience, staying near where the creeps are dying, and then just try and soak up a little bit of that experience. See if I can't maybe make some use of it. Because, you know, having a pointer to the blink as well is really, really good. But support life is hard, man. I mean, I haven't even bought a Wraith Band yet. I'm prioritizing getting wards. I just need that little bit of farm. I need another, I think it's 20 more gold? No, 30 more gold. I need 30 more gold, and then I can have that Wraith Band. Okay, I realized the sniper went in to look for that rune. I was hoping he would go maybe farm the jungle, but that didn't seem to be the case. So I'm just kind of hanging around, seeing what I can do. Don't want to pop my invis yet. I really want them to commit a little more first. And then I see this Phoenix. I'm thinking, okay, he's not doing anything. Let's get a bit of damage in. And that was a mistake. Huge mistake on my part. I would also like it stated that I haven't played Riki in a very long time. I definitely misjudged that. But again, you know, this is what I mean about being it being very difficult for supports to get anything done. I mean, I'm so low level and I've got so few items. For me to make an impact on the game is very difficult. So that's why as a support, you know, if you know your position 5, you're not really getting a lot of stuff done, you really just want to kind of plant your wards and be useful in other ways. That was so unfortunate. And I couldn't understand why my Phantom Lancer didn't chase there. I mean, one more right click and we could have got that one. Very unfortunate. I think PL could have run in on that a little bit, but it is what it is. I'm a Riki, I'm a support, I'm dead for a very short amount of time. So yeah, just trying to make my way around here. Slowly but surely making my way back into lane. My TP's on cooldown, so right now I'm just having a look around. Where can I ward? Where can I really be the most help to my team? I thought, you know what, let me actually just ward up to the top maybe, around the bounty rune maybe. Just because you have that invis, so you kind of want to roam a little bit and see where you can really put those deep wards to give your team vision. And you'll see a lot of those really come into play a little later in the game. Which is something interesting, you know. Even if it's suboptimal, putting a ward down is better than having one in your inventory. Obviously, I don't mean put the same one down in the exact same spot 3 times and they all just tick down together. But, you know, even if you're not sure if it's optimal or not, just kind of think to yourself, you know what, if I was in lane, if I was the carry, where would I want vision? Where would I want to see that? Again, my ward placement is probably suboptimal. I do not play a lot of support. But I think this is just a great way to see what it's like to play supports, you know. And, you know, sometimes you just got to take the knock, okay? Sometimes you just got to, for your team, just kind of, just really kind of get that done. Yeah, I saw that tower damage going off and I thought, run away. I've learned my lesson. It will not happen again. Yeah, it's difficult when you're this low level as a Riki. Riki also got quite a big nerf. So, you know, he's really not as good as he used to be. If you're wondering about upgrading the courier, this is just a replay bug. The courier gets upgraded automatically in the new patch. So this is just a replay bug, don't worry. Your courier gets upgraded automatically. That's how it works. And I wasn't, like, here's a prime example. I wasn't sure where to ward, so just go for the normal ward spot. Go there where it's marked on the map, put ward here, when in doubt. Okay, I see the middle's taking a little bit of a harass. I'm wondering if I can go in. That was a little bit of weird pathing. I don't know why that happened. I think it was at this point as well. I wasn't sure whether or not to call the courier in. And they have vision. They got vision. Popped me. There was nothing I could do there. I had no idea they had vision there. And that's just unlucky. Unfortunate pick off. It happens. But again, I'm dead for like 5 seconds and I'm back. But you know, again, this is something that I mentioned a little bit earlier, but it's difficult being a support. You know, you're always underleveled, you're always underfarmed, and it's going to suck. You're going to die. Look, I'm sure there are players that are far better than I am that will just live through that and play the ultimate support. But I'd like to think I represent a large majority of Dota players out there. And as a support, when you're this low leveled, if you just get caught out by that Outworld Devourer, then that's it. It's just tickets for you. You know, support life, hard life, man, hard life. So yeah, now I'm just thinking, you know what? Grab some bounty runes. Don't get tilted. Just try grab that little bit of experience, a little bit of gold wherever you can. That's kind of what you want to go for. Now I saw the pudge. That is why my movements are so erratic. I'm kind of running forwards and backwards and up and down because he's going to assume that he's just going to run directly for my other rune and he's going to hook it. So I marked it off simply because I didn't want to challenge that. If he sees that other rune disappear, he's going to hook me and rot me, and there's a good chance I just die there. I'm looking to maybe help out here a little bit. I really should have got my items. I didn't realize that the Bristle had got it and he hadn't sent the courier to me. That was a misplay on my part, but hey. So I thought the Silence Cloud, a little bit of backstabs to help out. Start smacking the Phoenix in the face. I don't know if we're going to make anything of it, but here's to hoping. Oh, just one more hit, got the Phoenix, fantastic. And that's all you want. You're alive, you made it, it's worth it. I mean, I assisted in a kill there. No more of our heroes died. The bristle got taken out, and that's unfortunate, but you know what, it's better than what could have happened, in my opinion. So now obviously the sniper is playing more defensive. He knows I'm around, and I'm just thinking, oh yes, glorious farm, give me that farm, please. I needed these last hits. Oh, and that sniper ult just broke my heart. It's something I have mentioned before. I play against quite a few snipers, I'm not going to lie, and it's something that you really should read into. If your health is low, be careful about being visible. If your health is low and you're hitting creeps, just know, you know, there's a good chance sniper's going to ult you. I'm pretty sure that ability borderline's global. It's pretty much borderline global. You know, he is just going to get that assassinate off on you. It's just a fact. So it's unfortunate, but you'll see here, you know, snipers trying to be cocky and stuff, and that, like I've mentioned before in previous videos, the trick is just don't get tilted. He wants to give you some smack talk, so what? So what, dude? If no one answers you, then you're just talking to yourself. Then you look even more the idiot. Phantom Lancer definitely doing some work there, I'm not going to lie. But again, he's our hard carry. He's supposed to be doing the work. That's his job. That's his role. You know? And if he does that for the team, then that's what he's supposed to do. If I'm supposed to place wards, be level 5, help out where I can, that's what I'm going to do. I'd prefer not to die as much as I have. But it's okay. And once again, there you go. There's just that ult just doing so much damage. At this point, I realize they have a sentry ward down. And my goal here should be just kind of back up to a safe space where I realize the sentry ward is run out, and then just take it from there. You know, but also as a riki, something that was a misplay on my part, you always want to have sentry wards available, because if you're playing even a half decent Dota player, he will have wards available. He will be trying to ward you out. It's just a fact. This was something I think the Bristle did incorrectly there. He tried to give me a tango, but it turns out it became unusable for me. It was very, very strange. It was very strange. So yeah, I got a couple of wards, got a couple of last hits. I'm so close to my level 6. Struggle is real. This was, if you're wondering about the sentry, I knew more or less where they spotted me, and also I knew if I put down a ward, I want to put a sentry right next to it. I want to know if they're going to spot my ward. Oh, and again, just unfortunate by that sniper. He was really just focusing me down. Really just focusing me down. But if you look at the game in general here, he's focusing me down, sure, but if you look, my Bristleback is on the same level as him. He's a safe lane carry, and my Bristle is doing just as well as he is. So if he wants to focus me down, that's fine. My offlaner is building that momentum in the meantime. So, you know, we tried to fortify here. I'm really not sure whether to go in. There's 4 heroes. It's not safe for me. I thought, let me just chuck out a smoke cloud, scare them off a little bit, see what we can do. And I know they no longer have a ward there, simply because I de-warded it. So here I'm just waiting. See the OD, go in, one last hit, got him. Really unfortunate. But once again, all that sniper is doing is he's focusing me down, and it's fun. Because he focuses me down and my team is just left. He used everything he had to kill me. And here comes my team to pick him off. So I will take that any day of the week. If it's a trade between me and the sniper, any day of the week. And yeah, you know what? It sucks for me. It sucks that he focused me down. It sucks that I died. But in the exact same breath, that means he focused everything on me. And my hard carries, the ones who can do the damage and push towers and kill heroes, he didn't even look at them. He didn't even focus them at all. So now they are all still alive. So I think to repeat myself for the last time, man, sport life is hard. Sport life is hard, but such is the way it is. You know, if you want to play support, you got to help out your team. You got to be willing to just make those sacrifices. So I'm thinking, yeah, okay, maybe I can get my 15-minute phase boots if I'm lucky. Look, it's a very rough start. I think especially for a hero like Riki, because he's got so nerfed and stuff. I think if you're going to pick Aroma, Bounty is a much better choice. But I just enjoy playing Riki. I like Riki. I like the hero. I think he's cool. He can be absolute cancer, but at the same time, you know, he can also be a lot of fun. So, and also I have this really cool immortal for the Riki, so that's another reason I chose him. Yes, I'm one of those people, if I have a cool set for a hero, then I'm going to try prioritize playing that hero. Unfortunately, our Bristle drops there, but that's okay. I'm really not planning to do anything against that OD. I'm just keeping vision on him. I'm making sure that my team can see exactly where he is. I myself am not going in on that. Not a chance. Way too scared. Staying out of tower range. Staying out of his range. Waiting for my team to catch up to me. Now this is fun. This is a cool thing with Lifestealer and Riki. If Lifestealer infests the Riki, he becomes invis with the Riki. So it's really cool to get that jump in. Lifestealer pops out, and we can just really put the hurt in on this OD. I activate my ult just to try, you know, avoid the hits, avoid the attacks. And once again, I drop, but it is so worth it. You know, me for the OD, any day of the week. Any day of the week. So now I'm just hoping my team can get out of there. You know, sure, I'm the one who's really taking the beating here. I really am. But, you know, at the same time, I'm the only one taking a beating here. The rest of my team is actually doing quite well. This I was quite scared of for the Lifestealer's sake. And that Blimmin' Patch got the deny. But it's okay. It happens. And also the nice thing about being this low leveled at this point in the game, you just instantly respawn. Okay, here was just to kind of scare the Weaver off. Do a little bit of damage, get him to run away, stop him from pushing as much. Look, that ult might have been wasted, but at the same time, I really did not want to get hit by him. He does so much damage. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point he had a Deso. So, you know, or even without a Deso, Weaver can hit really hard if you're just a lowly Riki. And here I'm just thinking to myself, oh, glorious farm. I should really have been putting down some more wards here. That was sloppy play on my part. I should really have been putting down some more wards. But I just started getting tunnel vision. I was like, oh, creeps. Actual last hits. I need this in my life. But, you know, at the same time, it's feeling rough, but we're in the lead. They've got a 1 kill advantage, but we've got a 1k advantage. They've got, we've got towers. We got top. They got the bottom towers. So it still feels like we're a little bit in control here. I did not want to go in on the Weaver. That DD is super scary. Did not want to go in. I saw the mid was getting ganked, but I didn't just want to give this Weaver free reign to do whatever he wanted to our tower. So I was kind of just watching him. He's got a DD, which kind of scared me. But my trick here was literally just kind of get the damage in, get him to run away. And then, for myself, some last hits. Oh, feels good, man. Feels so good to get those last hits. Obviously, carry takes priority. Always keep that in mind. But that doesn't mean you can't ever get farm. If you feel you can go into the jungle and get some stuff done, then go ahead and do it. At this point I'm thinking, okay, Weaver's backed off a little bit. Maybe I can get a ward in there. And then I see him. I'm thinking, okay, is that the real one? I'm not sure. So I warded it down, and I wasn't sure what to do with that. I saw the Riki, but I wasn't sure if it was just he picked up an illusion rune, because he was just kind of chilling. So I really wasn't sure what to do about that one. So I thought, okay, pick up the bounty, rotate into mid. I've got a life stealer inside me, maybe I can get some stuff done. Now I see the invis, I'm thinking, okay, maybe he'll jump out. And he does. I'm very glad he did. And there's the Weaver. He just broke his silence. I wasn't sure if he had it. I'm quite chuffed with that ult placement, but they just missed the dust, which also felt really, really good. A little bit of harass, a little bit of, forcing them out of position, getting them away from our mid. All of those things work, and then I've got my phase boots, which just feels awesome. Finally, I got a little bit more mobility. Finally, I've got a little bit of attack damage. So, this ward that I placed here was simply because, we wanted to start pushing their mid tier 1. So, tier 3. So I was really chuffed with that little jump. I was hoping that was going to happen. I was hoping I could blink in, get that one hit after the Lich ult, and then jump out again. Okay, this was absolute sloppy play from me. I thought I was out of its range. Just made it. I should not have run in there. There was no benefit. I was going to be hit by that Phoenix ult the whole way along. So, I'd rather just bail. Head back to base, regen up. You got phase boots. Probably going to buy some wards here if I'm not mistaken. Yep. TP scrolls. Just stuff to get around. The reason I didn't get some more sentries is just I felt they weren't really counter-warding me that much. They weren't really putting down these sentries of their own. So I just thought, you know what? Let me just leave the one sentry, get a couple of observers, and this tome I definitely wanted. This tango was confusing the living crap out of me, I'm not going to lie. I could not understand why that tango wasn't working. But I think the bristle just gave it to me incorrectly or something like that. I'm really not sure. But for some reason, that specific one tango refused to work. It's kind of like if someone drops any other item, that has a use, like an armlet, for example. You can't just drop an armlet and someone else is able to use it. They can't use your items. So anyway, here I am just kind of trying to get a little last hits. I know I'm stealing from the Phantom Lancer, but at this point he doesn't need it. I could use 1 or 2 last hits, it's fine. I know, your cores are supposed to always get all the farm, but man, I'm so far behind, I really just need something. So, and now you can see I'm doing a lot more damage, I'm doing a lot more, I'm at level 11, almost got that level 12. So it's good vibes, it feels good. Right now I'm just wondering about a bit of warding. Here it was a bit of a tough call because I wasn't quite sure where my team wanted to push. I wasn't quite sure, does my team want to push the top, do they want to push the mid? So I thought just a fairly centralized ward would do the trick. Typical ward spot, gives you lack of vision over a lot of the map. Why not? We finally got that tier 3 mid. Sorry, I'm mixing up my tier 1 and tier 3s. Please excuse me, guys. I'm a bit off base today. Man, that OD just melts those illusions. Now here I was just thinking a sentry ward. If they have any observers, we can spot them out. And also for, you know, that Weaver and the Sniper, if they are in a fight, my thinking is if they get jumped and they are in a fight, what they're going to want to do is they're going to want to run away. Invis, run away. If they are at the point where they need to go invis and run away, they're on low enough health that picking them up with that sentry is significant. It means I can do something. And man, that felt good. Just come in, drop the smoke, they can't do anything. Couple of hits in with that backstab. Can I jump in? Okay, here I ran into tower range, which was my mistake. Luckily for me, I got out of there just in time. Sure, we could have used vision there, but you know, I learned that right away. I got some more observers, I got some more sentries, but my hope was we just push that tower over, and as we advanced further, that sentry would come into play. And here's the perfect example of that. That sentry, boom, Sniper couldn't go anywhere, Weaver couldn't go anywhere. Got 2 kills from that. I'm really, really chuffed with that sentry placement. To toot my own horn here, I am super chuffed with that sentry placement. A little bit of thinking paid off. Now I'm not sure if they know, so I'm just kind of sneaking around there. And then I thought, you know what, a sentry worked there, why wouldn't an observer work there? You know, we'll be able to see if when they're hiding behind their tower, it allows us to initiate on them. You know, if we can see where they're all grouped up. I mean, if you think about it, everyone's hiding behind their tower. Liz just pops his ult from outside of tower range. They're all together. They don't expect it. How on earth are we supposed to know that they're there? And boom. Because, you know, you always assume, you know, if there's an invis hero, my tower's going to pick him up. If they try run in on me, the tower's going to pick them up. So I'm going to know before they get to me. So if we bunch up together behind the tower, there's nothing to fear. That's kind of, in my opinion, the logic there. I see this OD and I'm thinking, okay, nope, can't solo. There's a sniper here as well. It's tempting, it's super tempting, but I know he's just going to hurt me. I don't even want him to see me get the rune. I really don't. I don't want him to see me get the rune, because if he sees me get the rune, he's going to dust or he's going to pop shrapnel or something, and I don't want to die again to that guy. He really had a crush on me that game. So I'm just wondering if I can't maybe get a couple of creeps, get a little bit of farm, because I was so close to getting that urn. If I remember right, my urn usage in this game was kind of suboptimal, and it was a really, really late urn. But at the same time, you know, why not? Why not get it? Even if it's late, why not get it? It's still a good item, I could still use the healing. Why not? I thought because of my health situation, let me rather run back, heal up, get back into the fight. As you can see, they're pushing, and again, you know why they're pushing so hard in that mid tower, if you see here on the minimap? That's simply because they feel safe to push down that mid tower. They know there are no heroes there to contest, so they can really go all in and really push into that tower, knowing there won't be any real repercussions. Which is another reason I'm quite chuffed with that ward. I'm quite happy that that ward was placed there. I'm happy with my ward placement. Looks like they got the D ward on it. I did notice. Or at least I hope I noticed. It's a lot easier to see on the replay than, you know, to see while you're in game. You know, because you can kind of assume, oh, okay, I must have run out. But at the same time, we're not pushing there anymore. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going this way. Come on, guys, let's push that tower. I want to get a couple of creeps and then maybe get a ward in. There we go. Ward gives us good vision of the Pudge. He was coming in for that hook. If that bristle didn't have that ward there, he would have got hit by that hook. And you know, there's a perfect example. You know, a support. I'm not trying to say I'm the best support in the world. Please don't misunderstand me. But what I am saying is, you know, these wards that are placed here go unnoticed by the team. The team doesn't go, great ward placement, thank you very much. But at the same time, you know, without my wards, we would have maybe got wrecked. I would have maybe got killed. We maybe wouldn't have got that tower pressure down, you know. All of those things play a really big factor. So, you know, supports really deserve that kind of recognition. And, you know, in my opinion, a team should be far more thankful to their supports, you know. Because their supports are the ones who are really having the roughest time. You know, support is always under-leveled, always getting picked on, always getting picked off, always getting shouted at for not enough wards. Meanwhile, they are scraping together 2 items at 28 minutes. Obviously, I'm a bad example because I had a bit of a bad game. But still, you know, in general, the principle remains. That's kind of how it is. So yeah, just getting the agility booster there. You know, you just kind of want... you just kind of want that little bit of extra armor, a little bit of extra attack. But I'm not going to solo this Outworld Devourer. I don't want to. I feel unsafe doing it. All I want to do is I want to kind of tell my team, listen guys, there's a guy here. Come get him. So here comes the PL, and I'm thinking, okay, if Phantom Lance is here, he's not just going to focus me. And we get the kill. I'm happy with that kill. I think it went well. What are these called? These are called Band of Elven Skin. That's what they're called. Oh, big hook from the Pudge. Big hook. I'm hoping to throw down a smoke cloud. It works, but at what cost? Toss out my ult, but I think I'm just dead here. Yeah. Again, you know what? If I have to sacrifice myself for that, was it necessary? Probably not. I think I probably could have... He probably would have gotten out all on his own. Maybe an unnecessary death, but hey. But hey. Overall, we're still looking really, really good this game. And yeah, you know, I'm sure people would say, yeah, but you got carried so hard in this game. I know I got carried hard. That was the point. I'm playing support. I expect other people to carry the game for me. I will not take your farm. I will not take your creeps. I will spend what little money I have on wards. But in return, I expect you to carry this game for me. I expect you to get the kills. I expect you to be active. As a support, I expect my team to play around the fact that I am weak at the moment. Just as I play around the fact that they need the farm to get strong. That they need someone else to spend the money so they don't have to. So, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is really a shout out to the supports. This is a way of saying, you know what guys, thank you very much for what you do. Supports, you are an integral part of this game. You are definitely not appreciated enough. So, shout out to the supports. Okay, you know, just trying to get a couple of last hits here. Hoping to one day get a Sanjin Yasha. Why Sanjin Yasha? I felt like I needed to tank up a little bit, and the slow is nice. I can get rid of my Orb of Venom. You know, it's an all-around good item. It's kind of one of those items where it's like, you know what, I don't have a lot of money, and I'm not sure what to go for. That's kind of what this is. You know, I thought also about going for a Diffusal, but they just didn't have... To me, they didn't have enough magic. Sure, OD, and you know, maybe Pudge, but not really. You know, I don't really need to disable that many spells. We're really just getting clicked down more than anything else. Here, it's all about tossing the smoke down. You know, just putting that smoke down, making sure it's okay. You know, you don't want him to imprison himself. You don't want that ult if you've spent a lot of your mana or you've got a lack of intelligence, you know. All that kind of jazz, all that kind of fun stuff was the main plan there. So yeah, just kind of running around now. You know, here I'm just not sure if I can farm the camps. I kind of want to, but I'm really not sure if it's just going to do too much damage to me. So, and the reason I ran in there towards the camp is I don't want them to see me as they're running up. You know, especially at that point. Now that my team's around and stuff, I feel a lot more confident to do that. Sorry about that. Okay, right now my team's kind of just fiddling around. It's difficult to tell where to go. My personal opinion would be, you know, top lane now for us. Their safe lane. Go in there, see if you can't maybe get a bit of damage on that tower or something. The reason I skipped that ogre camp is I feel like it's a bit too difficult for me to kill. These guys are a lot easier. They die a lot quicker. And now that I got that Yasha, oh, it feels so much better. Can really get those hits in. really get really get that attack damage out, get that bonus armor, farm a lot better, and it's just going to make me more useful. That's kind of my goal here. And then I thought, oh no, they've got a sentry, damn it. They really took me out there. They must have a sentry placed right. My thought was, go to the place an observer, place a sentry, take that out. And as I got near it and the OD started attacking me, it was too late. Just trying to say to my team, listen, it's warded. They've got vision. You will die there. Be very, very careful. Nice that he wastes the bandage on a lich. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure which way to go about it. I am waiting for the respawn and just kind of scoping out what's happening in this lane, but I'm really just kind of waiting to come back. Bristle unfortunately got picked off, but he's way too deep. There's no reason you should be there if this tower is still alive. No reason. Like, it's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. Sorry guys, this music volume for some reason is just insane in my ears at the moment.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Here I'm hoping that the lifesteal will infest me, but it looks like he kind of just wants to farm up a little bit, which I can understand, I get that. I thought I might as well do the same at some point, but at the same time I also just want to kind of ward. It's a juggle, it's really a juggle. When do you ward, when do you farm, you know, when do you just leave it for your carry? It's very difficult because it's really easy to like piss someone off. You know, you suddenly start farming the jungle thinking, okay, I'd love to get a little bit of farm in. Then the carry starts shouting at you, how dare you take my creeps? So, and what happened there is I saw that weave and I thought, no, I'm not going in there. I'm not sticking around. Not a chance in hell. I want out. So yeah, PL really doing work there. Okay, now we're just kind of making our way into the mid lane. Hopefully trying to push with this bristle. Still waiting on that Sanj and Yasha. The wait is real. The struggle is real. Support problems. Okay, I want to push this mid lane, but I just noticed that there's just no one around. So I'm very unimpressed. And then I remembered, you know, they did have vision up top in the jungle. Let me see if I can't get a bit of vision in their base. That's quite a cool ward to place because you can really just see where they're waiting around in their base. If Pudge is going for that hook or something like that. So it's a nice little ward to place. Immediately equipping my sentries because I sense a team fight on the horizon. Just grab my naughty little range creep there. Back into invis, snickety sneak. Loving the lich armor. This one I quite enjoyed. We have that rune up there. We have perfect vision on him. And that's just a dead Pudge. Nothing he can do. Whole team saw him, whole team killed him. Wards, man, instrumental in that kill. I realize there's a weaver nearby, but I also know my team is quite close. So I'm not very scared to really just get these last hits on the creep and push out on the lane, because I realize, judging by my team's positioning on the map, what they want to do. And the nice thing is, since that Phantom Lance is pushing out the mid, we can really make a go at this top. Drop down that sentry, just in case I need to back up and they have vision. Not quite sure where to go here, so I'm just kind of looking for my opportunity. And then I see the sniper. I see that sniper, I drop the ward, I don't care where it is, and he gets away. Man, that was absolutely heartbreaking. I hated that with a passion, but the space created was great. There's a weaver. He blocks my blink with his Lincolns. But now, we've got a sentry. And boom, there it is. You know, again, ward placement can make or break a game. And that's it. That's it. Now we can just push right into their base. And, you know, that's the nice thing. You know, it seems like I had a terrible game. Oh, horrible support, dying all the time. But if you look at how well the team is doing, I mean, we're at a 23k gold lead. And I'd like to believe it's because we had a player that decided to play support. I'm not saying I won the game for us, not even close. Please don't quote me on that at all. I did not win the game for us. But, you know, having someone who's willing to play that support so the carry can do what they need to do, that's part of the game. Dota is a 5-man game. You know, you're here with your team. You know, it's not just one dude trying to get 30-0. You know, granted, getting there is amazing, and, you know, you're a god if you do and whatever. But, you know, without people who are willing to play support and say, you know what, I'll take the crap this game. I will have a bad game. That's fine. If it means my team is going to win, I will take the knocks for that. And sure, I died far more than I should have. Sure, that's a fair point to make. But at the same time, you know, I feel like without me, the game would be far less, if that makes sense. We would have done far worse without me, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure there are people out there who will definitely disagree. Oh, you sucked, man. Oh, you died a million times. But the point here wasn't to have that flawless game. The point here was to show you that it's difficult being a support. It's difficult being behind. It's difficult to know when should I place wards, where should I place wards, when should I farm, when shouldn't I farm. And people need to be a lot more understanding of that kind of thing. So yeah, now I'm luckily at a point in the game where we're 40 minutes in, so I can just farm. It's so fun. I can really just give myself a couple of items. I should be using my urn a lot more effectively here. I think at this point for me it had been a really long game. You know, dying a lot didn't feel good. I probably shouldn't be here farming. The team is by them. You know, the team was getting dropped, but I felt like I just needed some items. I needed something to actually be even a little bit relevant. So, you know, and there I got it. I upgraded my urn. I really dig this item. I dig the Spirit Vessel. I think it's really, really cool. So, yeah. I can, and luckily because of the wards, I can see exactly where they are on the map. So I'm happy to sit here in the top and farm up these creeps. Why not? Why not? I probably should be doing a lot more warding. Hopefully I do that now anyway. You know, basic wards, vision of their jungle, because you just never know. Okay, now I'm hoping to rotate in. I'm hoping to rotate and catch this OD. He's really strong. And I don't know if I can take him alone. You know, and that's the nice mentality though. If you've been having a bad game as a support, you should be careful about your mentality. You should be careful about, okay, now I've got a couple of items, let me just jump in. Because you've been behind the whole game, you're going to be behind now. Don't get cocky, don't think you can just do it. Because, I mean, I made that mistake countless times this game. And I'd like to think I learned from those mistakes. As you can see, I didn't just jump in there. I decided to rather hold off, wait for my team, take it from there, give my team vision wherever I can. And here I'm jumping in simply because I know my team is right here. They are right here to back me up. Great play there by the OD. It was definitely a good play. You know, by banishing himself there where we can't get to him, astral imprisonment. You know, I think that was good. But we got them on the run. Feels good to get that pudge. And oh man, I wanted that sniper so bad. I wanted that sniper so bad. I planted a ward right there. I'm willing to wait for you, sniper. I'm willing to wait. I will place wards everywhere. And then I think, you know what? Objective gaming. Dota's not you don't win Dota by killing heroes. You win Dota by breaking towers and breaking buildings. So if I have to do it by myself, then I will. If I have to stand here on my onesie and drop this tower, then I will just attempt to do that. And I see that Weaver and I'm just like, okay, I'm out. Let the Weaver come for me. Let him back up. It's so fun. So chilled. That hurt a little bit, you know. But the nice thing is our life stealer is just really helping us out there. And because of where we were at this point, I just thought, let me just drop the shrine. Slow and steady, I'm just going to tap away at this shrine until it drops. So yeah, no, you know, just trying to drop that, I'm just trying to drop this shrine here. And I thought, you know what, I'm sick of buying awards, let me just try buy a Blimmin' Gem of True Sight and then be done with it. Maybe a play I should have made a lot earlier in the game. You know, make myself the D-ward target, try die very little, even if I'm not very involved. That's maybe a note for myself for the next game, you know. Because you're playing Riki, because you're invis all the time, you know, you're a good D-warder. People can't see you. People don't know where you are, so you can go in deep and really just D-ward. Problem is, though, if you do get caught, you lose the gem. And as a support, you don't really have a lot of money, so buying a gem is quite a financial commitment for a support anyway. Here, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I'm just kind of hoping that they don't have vision on me. It looks like they don't. So, 3-man smoke cloud, pop the ult, and just have them stand in it. Why not? I really want that sniper. I'm hoping he's going to focus elsewhere. He did. And that gem just coming in. And man, did it feel good to finally get that sniper. This gem coming in so hard. And then that's it. Bash out their barracks and finish this thing up. Finish this thing up. I just want some more sentries and observers, just because you know, I don't know if we're going to back here. I don't know if we need to be placing wards elsewhere. So I'd rather play it a little bit more safe, just in case. Just in case. Probably suboptimal, considering I don't really need to ward anywhere and I've got the gem. But the thing is, I might not always be around. I might die. I might, you know, get picked off and they grab the gem. You never know what can happen. So now I'm just kind of sticking around. You know, hoping my team will come back in. I see the sniper and that looks juicy, but it's not worth it. I don't want to jump in on that Phoenix ult. I'd actually prefer to kill the sniper. And then I see the Pudge. And suddenly I'm not so keen anymore. But you know what? The reason I went for the insta ult there, I don't want his team to turn around on me there. And then that's it. Boom. Feels good, man. Feels good. Sure, my ults were a little bit suboptimal. My positioning was a bit suboptimal. It wasn't my best game in the world. It really wasn't. You know, even there, I spotted the sentry. I wanted to kill it. Didn't get it in time. But we won. And I think I'm going to repeat myself for the last time. My whole point of this game wasn't to show you that I'm an amazing player, I got 30-0, but, you know, it's difficult being a support. It's difficult playing that role. And, you know, people are still learning. It's not easy being a support and knowing exactly where to ward and exactly what to do. But, you know, you need to give a bit more appreciation to the sport. So, again, shout out to the sports out there. Good for you guys. You make Dota better. So anyway, if you guys care, here are the scoreboards here. You know, actually got more last hits than the Lich there. Lich had a lot more items because he went for the Midas, maybe something I should have considered. But because I was buying all the wards and so on, it really gave him space to just kind of build up. And he did his part in this game. You know, you guys can pause if you want to have a look at stuff. Net worth was obvious here. Poor, sad Riki. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did and subscribe if you want to see more. And that's it for me. Scruffy out.